Greetings. I'm Hellena Pugh, a Marine Corps veteran and the host of your 5-Minute Salute. Today I have with me Kerra, who's coming to us from the home of the Mother Church. That's right, she's in Nashville, Tennessee, where the Ryman Auditorium hails. Kerra, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So now tell me, how did you become a member of our nation's military?
So I joined the Army when I was 17, fresh out of high school. I always wanted to be a part of the military. I just thought it would be the Air Force.
And then you went into the Army.
I did, yes.
You know, it's amazing. I'm sure there's a recruiter story behind that. I know that there was probably a snatch that happened there, but you know, for the sake of time, we're going to talk about Home and Flair, which is your interior design company. And I love it because my initials are hip, and you say that your design style is hipstoric. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so Home and Flair was created actually just last year with my business partner, Jessica Hoops. We both have a knack for interior design. We're both really loud and eclectic and colorful people. And here in Nashville, it's very bland. Everything is gray and beige and farmhouse. And we wanted to come in and just throw some color on all of this gray and beige. So we came up with Home and Flair. Our business is geared towards the short-term rental industry. And we in Nashville are huge with tourism. And we think that when tourists come here, they book their Airbnb or whatever venue they book their home from. They want an experience. Yeah. So we bring the experience to the STRs.
So Kerra, listen, you are talking to like the person who can speak to this, because every time that I've come into Nashville, I was just there at the Opry in March. I spent Christmas in Nashville a couple years ago, and I stayed at Airbnbs when I was there. And one, the design style was great. The other one, not so much great, not so great. So this is actually what you do. You're speaking to someone who's on the end user side of that experience. So you help out short-term rentals, you help out people that have Airbnbs. Do you also get a chance to go in there and help out people who just want to bring some style and some flair into their home lives?
So currently we don't. Okay. Right now, our style is very, like I said, it's loud and eclectic. It's a style that you may not necessarily want to live in, but you want to experience. And so we are very much geared towards the short-term rental industry. We're very budget friendly, which makes us a great candidate. We're very competitive with the prices here. There's lots of big investors here in Nashville, but there's also, small investors, and they need help too. And so we came together and said, we want to be able to provide a beautiful home and experience for, the small man here in Nashville trying to just make it.
Yeah, there's a lot of veterans who are hopping into that Airbnb or that short-term rental space, even those who are taking their private homes and making them into short-term rental opportunities. So there's definitely a market for that. So now tell me, when you were transitioning from the military into your civilian life, what's something that you learned or that you wish you knew that you'd like to share with other veterans?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's hard to name just one thing, but I grew up in the military, right? I joined when I was 17. I got out when I was 26. So all of my prime growing up adult years were done in the military. And the transition for me personally, it wasn't that awful because I made sure I had a lot of civilian friends before I got out of the military that helped me transition. Right. And I went right into going to college. So I think having a plan, knowing exactly what you're going to do before you get out is key to being able to transition into the civilian world.
Yeah, and you know what? Also just being able to pivot, right? Because sometimes what we have as a plan, life happens. And we have to be able to respond to that. So listen, I guess the next time I'm in Nashville, I'm going to have to hit you up so we can go out there and do some don't tell me you don't line dance. Don't tell me you don't line dance, Kerra.
I can two-step.
Well, there's some two-stepping in our future. I'm not going back to Nashville this year. I was just there, but hopefully next year, if I get to visit, I'm going to definitely look you up and listen. I want to thank you so much for being on our show. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And when you come out, make sure you book one of our properties that we design.
Yes. And so what I'm going to do, America, is I'm going to put Kerra's link into the description of this video below so that you'll know how to connect to her to learn more about her services and how you can utilize them for your short-term rental spaces. We're also going to ask you to render a salute of your own by liking and sharing this video. I want to thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next week on the 5-Minute Salute. My name is Hellena Pugh. I am the founder of ZaharaVeterans Network. So I started ZaharaVeterans Network because as I transitioned out of the military in 2012, I was encountering so many challenges with my transition, and I realized that there really wasn't an organization that spoke definitively to the issues that impacted women veterans, but also I encountered other male veterans who were having very similar issues to which there really wasn't an answer. So I started the organization so that I can provide information for other veterans, but also put us on the path to start providing those services that weren't being offered.